Paper number 41, LIC ADOs. Then question numbers 1 to 5. Now tell me whether this 1 to 5 come under the first or the second priority. Why it comes under the second priority? Now 8% are there, some square table. In general, when compared with its circular arrangement and so on, square table should be the first priority. Because the main advantage with this square table is, in general, in most of the cases. Now 4 at the corners, 4 at the centers will be given, and all the persons who are at the corners will face one direction and the centers will face another direction. That means every alternate person will face the same direction, in general, isn't it? And that is the reason why we fix this one under the first priority. But as here, now some of them are facing outside and some of them are facing inside is given. Hence this must be under the second priority. Clear? Then 1 to 5 comes under the second priority. Then coming to question number 6 onwards. Now 6 onwards, much happen. And sixth one, inequalities, first priority here. The relation between A and K. K is here. And where is A is here? Tell me which element is common? R is common. As R is common, K lesser than or equals to R. And again A lesser than or equals to R. And that is R greater than or equals to E. Now between K and A, two opposite symbols, hence no relation can be drawn. Then next one, P and H. Now P, K, H, K, what is the element that is common? And again R. And R greater than P and R greater than H. That is H lesser than R. Again between these two opposite symbols, no relation can be drawn, neither one not to choice for question number 6. Then seventh one. Now in this 7, the relation between X and S. X is here and S is here. Tell me which element is common? W. X lesser than W and S greater than W. S greater than W means W lesser than S. Now from X to S, X lesser than S is definitely true. Then coming to the second one, W and T. Now T is here and W is here. And which element is common now? N. Now T lesser than N, and at the same time W and N, W greater than or equals to N means N lesser than or equals to W. Now from T to W, which symbol is common? Lesser than. And T lesser than W is nothing but W greater than T. And so both 1 and 2, that is choice 1, question number 7. The next 8th one. The 8th one, the relation between L and M. Then L and M, L is here and M is there in the second statement. Now the letter that is common between these two is F is common. L lesser than or equals to F. F lesser than M. Lesser than or equals to less means L lesser than M is definitely true. Then R and I. R and I is here and R is here. Again which element is common? F is common. F lesser than or equals to I. Isn't it? And at the same time R to F, R greater than F. R greater than, less than, two opposite symbols and no relation can be drawn. Hence what is your answer? Only 1, and it is given choice for question number 8. Then coming to 9 to 13. Now 9 to 13 parallel rows, how many persons are there? 12 persons were there and they were seated in 2 different rows. And in row 1, P, Q, R, S and T, and they are facing towards north. And along with this one, any other parameter added to this one? No. Just the persons were given, hence it must be under the first priority itself. Isn't it? Now in row 1, tell me who are the persons here? And A through F are the persons in this row and they are facing towards south. And in the other row, P, Q, R, S, T and U are the persons, they are facing towards north. They get the 2 possibilities? Then, 2 rows. Then coming to the first information. As many persons sitting to the left of F is same as between D and C. Now tell me whether can we directly start with this one? Number of persons to the left hand side of F equals to the number of persons in between D and C. Clear? And C faces R. C and R are opposite to each other. My information చూడండి ఏ విధంగా రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నాం. Number of persons to the left of F. F కి ఎంతమంది అయితే లెఫ్ట్లో ఉన్నారో ఈక్వల్స్ టు D కి C కి మధ్యలో. Then maybe 1 person is to the left of F, 1 person between D and C. Or if 2 persons are there to the left hand side of F, 2 persons in between D and C and so on. And 2 persons are in between Q and U. And neither of these 2 persons sitting at the ends. Neither of these 2 persons are at the ends. Then tell me how many possibilities we have. If Q is here, U will be here, that is 1 possibility. And in the second possibility, inko possibility unda leda? Now 6 persons were there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now here again, now if U is here, Q will be here. And Q and U, there must be exactly 2 people. And neither of these 2 persons are at the ends. B sits out to the right of F. Now where is this B? B is seated south to the right of F. Now this F and B are in the row they are, it is facing towards south. South కాబట్టి south to the right is nothing but towards our left hand side. సరిపోయిందా? And B sits south to the right of F, and there are 3 persons between U and T. In between U and T, how many are there? There are exactly 3 persons. And 3 persons between U and T. P sits second to the left of R. Now where is this P? P is seated second to the left of R. Now P is here, R is here. Antena? Now P is seated second to the left of R, P and R. Then tell me who is the person left or S is the person left. Here again yes. And C and R are opposite to each other. And C and R are opposite, C is here and R will be here. Then if C and R are opposite and number of persons to the left of F. Now in between B and F, how many persons are there? There must be exactly 2 people. Okay. And P sits second to the left of R. One person is sitting between F and the one who is facing Q. Now the one who is facing Q is this person. Now between this person and F, there must be exactly 1 person F is here. There is exactly 1 person between F and the one who faces Q. Q opposite ఎవరు ఉన్నారో వాడికి F కి మధ్యలో ఒకడు మాత్రమే ఉన్నాడు అని అన్నారు. Now opposite to Q and F, there must be exactly 1 person. Opposite to Q is this person. Now between this person and F, there must be exactly 1. And C and F must be in the same place, which is not possible. And the second one got invalid. Now we have left with the first one. Now according to this one, now number of persons to the left of F, how many? 2. Hence in between C and D, how many people? 2 people. Hence D must be here. Now we have done with this information as well. Now between F and B, there must be exactly 2 people. And B is south to the right of F. 1, 2, 3. B must be at this place. Done? And next one, we have done with this information as well. And the one faces Q. Q who does not face A. Now Q is not facing A, A is here. Now if A is here, A, B, C, D, E must be at this. Done with this? Now this is the final arrangement. Then who among us the following person sits second to the right of the one who faces P? P opposite F, F ki second right E, E that is choice 3, question number 9. Then 10th one, who sit diagonally opposite to P? Diagonally opposite to P means then P is opposite diagonally, that is R. Diagonal means from one corner to the other corner, that is R. Then next one, 11th one, who faces D? S faces D, choice 1, 11. And 4 out of the following means odd one out. F, S, D. F, S, D, P and C. F, S, D, P and C. Except C. The remaining 4 persons are opposite to each other. Then next one, question number 13. And which of the following statements is true? And 2 persons in between Q and P, is it true? No. And next one, A faces U. A faces U, definitely true, choice 2. Hence question number 13, it is choice 2. Then 14th one, and the given word. And sacrifice. And if all the vowels are changed to the next letter. S, A, C, R, I, S, T, I, E, S. Now if all the vowels are changed to next, A will be B, I will become J, I will become J, and E will be F. And vowels next letters and consonants previous letter. Then how many letters will appear? More than 1. And consonant previous letter means R minus S minus 1 is R, and C minus 1 is B, R minus 1 is Q. Here again this is R, and here it is S, and here it is R. Then how many letters will appear? More than once. Now R appeared for more than once, R is 1, next B is the other, anything else, J is the other, and so how many letters? There are 3 letters which repeated for more than once. That is choice for question number 14. Then 15 to 17. Now 15 to 17 and syllogisms under the first priority itself. Again logically follows. Logically follows means first priority. Then only a few roses are red. And the meaning in Japan, only some roses are red but not all. And only some of the roses are red. Konni roses matrame red avutuna anni kaadu. And this entire rose cannot be a part of this red. Andiki ee line ila raskoni cross pettam. Cross ante rose mottham red loki vellakoodadu anesi. Then and all red is tulip. This entire red is a part of what? Is a part of tulip. And next one, no tulip is jasmine. No intersection between tulip and a jasmine. And no rose is black. And no rose is black. No intersection between rose and a black. Now this is what the information provided. Some jasmine can be black. Some jasmines can be black. Jasmine and black can be intersected or not jasmine. Can be. Can be means it is a possibility, yes. All roses can be tulip. Roses and tulips are chosen. Now this entire roses is a part of tulip. entire roses are part of tulip అంటే రోజు ఇక్కడ ఇలా రాయాలి. మీరు ఇలా రాసుకోవచ్చా లేదా? ఎస్, ఈ రోజు మొత్తం రెడ్లోకి రాకూడదు, టులిప్లోకి రావచ్చు కదా. హెన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ పాసిబుల్. హెన్స్ వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ ఆన్సర్? బోత్ 1 and 2, that is choice 4. Question number 15, choice 4. Then 16th one, and some copper is gold. Some copper is gold is written as, and these are the copper that is gold, copper and gold. And next one, all silver is gold. All silver is gold. This entire silver is a part of gold. Only a few gold is bronze. Only some gold is bronze, but not all. Only some gold, but not all. And all bronze is steel. This entire bronze is a part of the steel. Then first one, some copper is steel, no intersection. No steel is copper, definitely true. As no steel is copper is true, to make this one false, then some steel or copper are raskochu kada steel. And alternate diagram true, previous conclusion false. And in the same earlier, some copper is steel, inta mundu false ayindi, put true avutundi. And so what is your answer? Either 1 or 2. Either 1 or 2, that is choice 2, question number 16. Then 17th one, only a few apples are bananas. Only some of the apples are bananas, but not all. Only a few apples are bananas, and only a few bananas are grapes. Only some bananas are grapes, but not all. And next one, and some grapes are mangoes. No intersection between grape and a mango. And all these mangoes are what? All these mangoes are watermelon. All these mangoes are watermelon. Antena? Then first one, all watermelon can be bananas. My watermelon మొత్తం bananas అయ్యే ఛాన్స్ ఉందా లేదా? This entire watermelon is a part of banana అంటే ఎలా రాసుకోవాలి చెప్పండి? నా watermelon మొత్తం ఇలా రాసుకోవాలి, isn't it? Watermelon ఇలా రాసుకుంటే ఈ రెండింటికి ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ ఉంది కదా, ఎం ఇలా రాసుకోవచ్చు, రైజా లేదా? హెన్స్ దేర్ ఈజ్ ఎ పాసిబిలిటీ. దెన్ దట్ మీన్స్ ఈ బనానా అనేది మొత్తం గ్రేప్స్లోకి వెళ్ళకూడదు. Then come to the next one, some grapes are not apple. Now these are the grapes that are not apple. అది false అంటే all grapes are apple అని చెప్పాలి. ఇలా రాసుకోవచ్చు కదా, all grapes are apple. Yes, alternate diagram true, previous conclusion false. And so what is your answer? Only one follows. So only one, and it is given in choice 3. And question number 17, it is choice 3. సరిపోతుందా? Then coming back to 18th one. Now this question number 18. Now there are some 8 persons. Now 8 persons, and they were born in different months. Months are the same year, January to August, and each person likes different flowers as well. Now చెప్పండి, first or second? Second priority. Okay, based on the information provided, and at the same time parameter is added, and it's definitely under the second priority. 18 to 20. As this also been shifted to the second priority. ఎన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ చెప్పండి? 10 క్వశ్చన్స్ వదిలేసాం సెకండ్ ప్రయారిటీ. మిగిలిన ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? 25. ఇంకేది వదిలేకన్నా చేసుకోవాలి. దెన్ ఈ 25 అయిపోయిన తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈ రెండిట్లో ఏదో ఒకటి సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకొని ఒకటి చేసుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది. దెన్ కమింగ్ బ్యాక్ టు దిస్ 18 to 22. దెన్ 23rd onwards. మా 23rd. మా ఫస్ట్ ప్రయారిటీనా సెకండ్ ప్రయారిటీనా? ఫస్ట్. హౌ మెనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ వర్ గివెన్? అండ్ దేర్ ఆర్ సమ్ 5 questions. Then money is not health, and need and want money. Now what is the word that is common between these two? And in the first, second and 4, and the word that is common is money. Money is the word that is common, and the code that is common in this AD and FCBI. Now BI is the code that is common, and the code for money is BI. Saripenda ledha? Money is BI. Then if you compare 1 and 3, E is not health. E is not health. Health is the word that is common between these two. Health is the word that is common. Health is the word that is common between the first and the third, and the code that is common between these two is FC, and the code for health is FC, and health is FC. Then if you compare 1 and 4, E is not. E is not. Now these two words were not repeated in any one of the remaining statements. Anagada. And the code for E and not cannot be identified individually. Hence AD or FC in any order. Saripenda? And AD and PH. Now AD and PH in any order. Then next one, check out 2 and 3. Need and want. Need and want, there is no word which is common here. Need and want. And at the same time, need and want are the two words that are common between the second and the fourth. Hence the words and the codes cannot be identified separately. Need and want. Then tell me what is the code we have? SY and KT. SY, KT in any order. SY and KT for need and want. SY, KT in any order. SY, KT in any order. Then finally, what is left over in second statement? AND. And its code is RP. The code for AND is RP. Then coming to the next one, makes a whole happy. Now what is the word that is common? Makes. And the code that is common is makes, and the code that is common is do. The code for makes is do. Makes and do. Then finally, the whole and happy. And whole and happy, there are two words that are left over, isn't it? Whole and happy, and at the same time two codes are left over. And what are those two codes here? HQYE. HQYE in any order. And so altogether there are some 6 words wherein we cannot able to identify the individual codes. Then what is the code for the word makes? And DU, that is choice 3, question number 23. And what is SY stands for? And SY stands for either need or want. Either need or want, choice 5, 24. And not more is coded as, not more is coded as PXAD. Not and more PXAD. That means PXAD, and the code for not is what? AD out. Because here AD and PH, and the code for not is AD. And if AD and more is PX. What is the code for more health? More is PX and health is FC, and PX FC, that is choice 4, question number 25. The next one, 26th. And what is the code for whole? And the code for whole is either HQ or YE, and HQ or YE, isn't it? HQ or YE. My emotion Japan answer? HQ. HQ ఎందుకు డెఫినెట్ గా చెప్పొచ్చా? No. ఆప్షన్ నుంచి వెళ్ళాలనుకుంటే and what can be the code ఉండాలి, isn't it? Or among the given following, what is the code for whole ఉండాలి? Among the following అంటే ఇచ్చిన వాటిలో ఏది ఆన్సర్ అంటే చెప్పొచ్చు, isn't it? Or what can be the code అంటే ఏది అవ్వచ్చు, అంతేగాని what is the code అంటే ఏది డెఫినెట్ గా అవుతుంది ఏది చెప్పదు. And the exact answer to this one is cannot be determined is the answer, isn't it? Anyhow, the question, the choice is not there, hence we are opting for 2. In general, 2 is not the correct one. Then the next coming to 27. Now what may be the possible code for life end? The code for end is what? End is RP. And life ఎక్కడైనా మనకుందా code ఎక్కడ లేదు. ఎక్కడక may means it is a possible. Hence RP must be there. RP HQ. Can HQ be the code for the word life? No. Because HQ is the code for either whole or happy but not for life. And next one, RP ఉండాలి. RP VT. మా VT అయ్యే ఛాన్స్ ఉందా? Yes, there is a possibility because VT is not given as the code for any one of this one, hence choice 3. 27. Then 28, it is based on directions. Nog starts walking in the north direction after walking some distance. Now let us take this is the starting point of Nog. From here, he has traveled some distance and took left turn and followed by right turn, and after that he took 2 consecutive left turn, one and the next one, 2 consecutive left turn. Now she is walking in which direction? Tell me in which direction this person is moving? South. And south, that is choice 4, question number 28. Then next one, 29 onwards. Now there are some 11 boxes. Now boxes, and 11 boxes, one arranged one above the other. In general, boxes మనం ఎప్పుడు second priority తీసుకుంటాం, but it's here. In this paper, it must be under the first, because anyhow we have left 10 questions. కనుక ఇది డెఫినెట్గా ఫస్ట్ లో చేసుకోవాలి. And 11 boxes, number of boxes placed above T is same as below L. అంతే కదా, above T is same as below. And 3 boxes are placed between M and P, P which is immediate to V. And 3 boxes between M and P అన్నాం. How many are in between M and P? 3 in between. If M is here and 1, 2, 3, P is here. 3 boxes between M and P, 3 boxes between M and P, P which is immediate to V. And P which is immediate to V means V can be either here or V can be here. There are 2 different possibilities. Immediate to, maybe above, maybe below. And then what is the other possibility we have? And if P is here, 1, 2, 3, M is here, and at the same time V can be either here or above this one, V can be here. And these are the 2 different possibilities we have in each of these. And G is placed at one of the boxes above W. Now G is placed above this W. And next one, number of boxes between R and V. Number of boxes between R and V is 1 lesser than the number of boxes between R and H. 1 lesser than R and H. H is placed below R. Where is this H? H is placed below R. R is here, H is here, H is placed below R. And R is placed exactly between L and T. Now this R is exactly between what? Exactly between L and T in any order. R is placed exactly only 3 boxes are about to V. Now this is the crucial information. Only 3 boxes are about to V అన్నాడు. About to V there must be exactly 3 boxes. Hence in this case, and V cannot be below this P. అవునా కదా? Only 3 boxes above V means now here 1, 2, 3, 4. V must be fourth from the top. And all the remaining boxes must be below this P only. అవునా కదా? Then next one. Then L, R, T, R and V, R and H, R and V, R and H, R is above this H, T and L and G and W. Next one, any other information, only 3 are placed above to V, only 2 boxes are in between D and Z. Z which is placed at one of the boxes below R, and 2 boxes between V and T. Now in between V and T there must be exactly 2 boxes kada, and 2 boxes between V and T. If 2 boxes between V and T, then V and T there are exactly 2. Now there are T. T kanda paina enni unnai cheppandi. How many boxes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. Hence there must be 6 boxes below this L. L kanda kindana 6 boxes undali. Hence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 తీసుకుంటే, and 6 boxes below L, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. P and L must be in the same place, which is not possible. సరిపోయిందా లేదా? And this case is completely ruled out. Now we have left with this case. Now in this case, now there are only 3 boxes between P and V. Sorry, there are only 3 boxes above this V. Above this V, there are only 3 boxes. Now let us take a possibility. Start చేద్దామా? V can be below this one or above this one. Now if you start with this one below this, then చెప్పండి, T and L. Only 2 boxes between D and Z. Z is placed one other. 2 boxes are in between V and T. Now in between V and T there must be exactly 2 boxes. And 2 boxes between V and T. ఎక్కడ ఉంది? V and T there must be exactly 2 boxes, and T must be here. సరిపోయిందా లేదా? Clear? 2 boxes. And next one. Number of boxes above T equals to below L అన్నాడు. కానీ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ఉన్నాయి. 8, 9, 10, 11. L must be here. అంతే కదా? And T is above, L is below. And next one, and R is exactly between L and T అన్నాడు. R is exactly between L and T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. ఎక్కడ రావాలి చెప్పండి? R is exactly below. R is exactly below అంటే immediately above this home, immediately above this M. That means 6th place from the top or the bottom. అంతే కదా? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. సరిపోయిందా? R is exactly between L and T. Now between R and V, R is above this H. R is above this H. R and V, R and H. R and V, R and H. R and V, how many boxes are there? 1 box. ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్కి వస్తున్నా చూడండి. In between R and V, how many boxes? It is 1 lesser than R and H అన్నాడు. ఇక్కడ R కి V కి మధ్యలో ఎన్ని బాక్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి? 1. This 1 is 1 lesser than R and H, అంటే R and H మధ్యలో ఎన్ని ఉండాలి? 2. And H is below this R. Hence 1, 2, H must be here. సరిపోయిందా లేదా? M కి H కి మధ్యలో there must be exactly 1. Now we have done with this information, this one as well. Now G is above this W. ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఉంది. The next one, only 3 boxes are above to V, only 2 in between D and Z. Now in between D and Z, Z is placed one of the positions below R, and Z is at one of the positions below R. Then can you take Z at this place? No. Why? Because in between Z and D there must be 2, not possible. Z cannot be here. If Z cannot be here, where should this Z? Z is here. If Z is here, 2 in between Z and D. Z and D 2, hence D must be here. సరిపోయిందా? Z and D. Then what is the other information? G and W. G and W, this is G and this is W. సరిపోయిందా లేదా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్? Then ఇది ఇంటికి బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి ఇది. ఎందుకంటే హౌ టు టేక్ ద పాసిబిలిటీస్ అండ్ ద స్టేట్మెంట్స్ అక్కడ బాగా యూజ్ అవుతుంది ఇది. ఓకే, అందులో ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే హౌ టు రిప్రజెంట్ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఇది చూడండి, ఇది అంత జాగ్రత్తగా రాసుకున్నాము. Number of boxes between R and V is 1 lesser than R and H. Then, and which of the following boxes is immediately above 2P? Immediately above 2P, what is that box? G, choice 4. The next one, 30th. And how many boxes are in between W and R? Now in between W and R, there are only 3 boxes between W and R. Choice 1, question number 30. Then next one, 31st. And if all the boxes are arranged in alphabetical order from top to bottom, then how many boxes will remain unchanged? Now top to bottom, then how many boxes will remain unchanged? Top to bottom, all the words should be arranged in the ascending order. Ascending order చెప్పండి ఏవేవి ఉన్నాయి? Now D, next one is what? G, అవునా కదా? And D, next one G ఇంకా అయిపోయింది ఏం చెప్పండి H DGH next to H L next to L is M L M next one ఇంకా P P R next one T V Z isn't it W and Z. Now how many remain at the same place? G remain at the same place and next one what is the other thing? And W and next one more అంతే కదా రెండే కదా and DG PH VL DM RP MR ZT HV W and there are only two that remain at the same place, that is choice 3 question number 31 choice 32 and 4 out of the following means odd one out. Now in between P and R, how many are there? There are exactly two in between P and R. M and G again there are two boxes. W and P. Now between P and W any boxes ఉన్నాయి చెప్పండి? There are three boxes between P and W. And Z and R, Z ki R ki majlo there are three boxes between Z and R. And D and G are adjacent, hence number of boxes is not the criteria here. అవునా కదా? Then tell me what is the next one? మీకు ఎలా వస్తుంది? Then P and R and P is above this R. అవునా కదా? First box P is above this R, సరిపోయిందా లేదా? And next one M and G. M ఎక్కడ ఉంది చెప్పండి? M is above this one or below this one? M is below this G. M and G below this. ఇంతకుముందు మనం తీసుకున్నప్పుడు దీన్నే తీసుకున్నాము బేస్, మధ్యలో మారిపోయింది కదా ఇక్కడికి వచ్చాం. Then coming back to this one P and R. Now P and R how many boxes are there? Two. Now between M and G, M ki G ki మధ్యలో ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి చెప్పండి? There are 4 boxes. And W and P how many boxes are there? 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 4 5 6. There are 6 boxes. And in between Z and R there is only one box. And between D and G there are 2 boxes, except in choice 4. And in the remaining boxes even number boxes were there, but was in choice for odd number. Then 33 box H is placed above R. H is placed above R. Box H is placed with box R. H and R. H is placed with box R. H and R were like this. And Z is placed with P. Now Z and P were at the same place. Z is placed with P. Then which of the following box is placed exactly between L and Z? My L ki Z ki majrub exactly in between and get. Exactly in between L and Z. In case 1 2 3 4 5 isn't it? And 6. And then now exactly in between L and Z. Now exactly between L and Z. L ekkada untundi manaki? L and Z. Z is here. And next one L ekkada undi? L is here. Then what are the remaining boxes? Now Z పోయింది. Next at the same time and Z and H కూడా పోయింది. అవునా కదా? And among the remaining ఇంకెన్ని ఉన్నాయి? 1 2 3 4 5. Among these 5 which is exact at the center? 1 2 ఇదే కదా H and R. Okay, H and R is exact at the center and L and Z. L and Z, what is your answer here? H is choice 1. సరిపోయిందా? Then next one. Then 34. Now 34 and 35 is based on blood relations. K has how many children? Only 2 children. Now this K is having only 2 children. Y is the son of B. B is here. And Y is the son of B. B who is the daughter-in-law of K. B is the daughter-in-law of K. Daughter-in-law of K means B is K's son's wife. B is the daughter-in-law of K and Y is the son of this B. సరిపోయిందా? And B is the daughter-in-law of K. H is the sister of U. Now this H is the sister of U. U who is the son of Z. U is the son of Z. And H is unmarried. H is unmarried and L is the granddaughter of Z. And K is the spouse of Z. As K and Z are married to each other. As K and Z are married to each other, Z is having 2 children. One is H, the other one is U. Hence the son is U and the daughter is H. H is unmarried. అవునా కదా? H is unmarried. L is the granddaughter of Z. Granddaughter of Z means Z will be here. L is the granddaughter of Z. Granddaughter, that is L. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And how is L related to H? H brother's daughter. Brother's daughter is niece, choice 234. And if K is the mother of U and K is the mother of U, K is a female, Z is a male. Then how is K related to B? K is B's husband's mother. Husband's mother, mother-in-law, choice 3, question number 35. Done with this? Then Now we have left with the two sets. And what are those two sets? One is, one is square table, the other one is parameter with months. Hence, that to 7 months out of which 1 to 5, let us work out this one in the. Then you need to check out the time, how much time you were left with. Then you need to compare this. First trend. And there are some 8 persons, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H are seated around a square table. And some of them are inward and some of them are outward. And 4 at the centers and 4 at the corners. The directions of these persons is not given. Then some of them are inward, some of them are outward. And one person sits at each corner and one side. F and G are not immediate neighbors. F and G are not adjacent to each other. And next one, and G is seated second to the right of D. G is seated second to the right of D. And D who sits second to the left of H. G is seated second to the right of D. G is seated second to the right of D. D who sits second to the left of H. D is seated second to the left of H. That means this H, D and G must be in the alternative places. Is it clear? H, D and G in the alternative places. And next one. And B sits second to the right of F. F who faces outside. F is facing away from the center or not. Now F is facing away from the center. And again, whether F is at the center or F is at the corner, that is not known. Then, now in the first case, let us take F is away from the center at this place. And in the second case, let us take out F is at the corner and is facing away from the center like this. And F is here. F is away from the center and B sits second to the right of F. B is seated second to the right of F. Here B is seated second to the right of F. And B is seated second to the right of F. F who faces outside. F sits out to the left of E. E who is not an immediate neighbor of C. And F sits out to the left of E. E who is not an immediate neighbor. F sits out to the left of E. E who is not an immediate neighbor of whom? And E is not an immediate neighbor of C. Hence E and C are not adjacent to each other. And F is seated out to the left. And 1, 2, 3, C can be here, C can be. And F is seated out to the left. And F is seated out to the left of E, sir. Now this is E. F is seated out to the left of E. E who is one of the immediate neighbors. E who is one of the immediate neighbors of C. And E is one of the immediate neighbors of C. Yes, E and C are adjacent to each other. E is one of the immediate neighbors of C. Then next one, E does not face inside. Hence, E must be away from the center. E is away from the center. H sits out to the right of C. And E does not face inside. H sits out to the right of C. And C who sits at one of the sides of the table. As C sits at one of the sides of the table, C must be, because C and E are adjacent to each other. Now in this one again, and C sits at one of this one. In the second case, is it possible? Not possible at all. And E ekkaduste, C must be here. E ekkadunte, C must be here, not possible. Hence this case is ruled out. Now we have left with this case. Follow here. Now C is here. Then C who sits at one of the sides of the table and both are facing opposite. And which two persons are opposite? My H sits out to the right of C. H is seated out to the right of C. And C who sits at one of the sides of the table and both are facing. H and C are facing opposite directions. And H and C are facing opposite directions. Then my economy start చేయాలి. H ఇక్కడ ఉండే ఛాన్స్ ఉందా లేదా చెప్పండి. H ఇక్కడ ఇక్కడ ఉంటే H కి నెక్స్ట్ ఏం ఉండాలి చెప్పండి. H కి నెక్స్ట్ D ఉండాలి, D కి నెక్స్ట్ G ఉండాలి. అవునా కదా? H, D and G. And H, D and G, G sits second to the right of D. And D who sits second to the left of H. And D is seated second to the left of H. And D is here. అవునా కదా? And if D is here, who is the other person left over here? And H, D and G will be here. G ekkada vaste E ikkada raavali. Andare kada? H, D. Then check out the directions. And H sits out to the right of C annu. Out to the right of C ante C must be away from the center. Avuna kada? H sits out to the right of C. And C who sits at one of the sides of the table and both are facing opposite. And H and C are opposite. C is away from the center, H is towards the center. If H is towards the center, into mundu information student. G sits second to the right of D. D who sits second to the left of H. D is seated second to the left of H. Saripindi kada? And next one, D sits second to the left of H. G sits second to the right of D. G is seated second to the right of D means this person must be away from the center. Done? Mas saripotunda leda information? Then again ఇంకొకసారి కండిషన్ చెక్ చేయండి. And one person sit at corner. F and G are not immediate neighbors. F and G are not immediate neighbors, that is fine. And G sits second to the right of D, and D who sits second to the left of H, and B sits second to the right of F. B is seated second to the right of F. F who faces outside. F sits out to the left of E. F is seated out to the left of E. E must be towards the center. E who is one of the immediate neighbors of C, and E does not face inside. Ikkademo E faces inside. Clear, hence finally this case is invalid. That means what is the assumption? H at this place is ruled out. Then what is the next case we have? My H at back undali. Then to the immediate right hand side of F. Then H ni ikkada teeskundama. Then H is at this place. Then if H is here, then H ikkada unte next em undali cheppandi, H undali, and at the same time G and D. H, D and G. H, D and G. This is one such a possibility or not? H, D and G ekkada unte ikkada evaru undali cheppandi, E must be here. And if E is here, who is the person left over? A is the person left over. Then check out the directions we have. And coming down to this one, H sits out to the right of C, and out to the right of C means C must be facing towards the center. And C and H are opposite directions. Out to the right of C, C who sits at one of the sides of the table, and both are facing opposite directions. Then A is not immediate to E. A and E are not immediate, and they are facing opposite directions. A and E opposite directions. Then next one, E and C are together. Then coming to the first information, F and G are not immediate neighbors. Saripindi kada, F and G are not immediate neighbors then. And G sits second to the right of D. G is seated second to the right of D means D must be facing towards the center. And D who sits second to the left of H. And D is seated second to the left of H. And B sits second to the right of F. B is seated second to the right of F. B sits second to the right of F. F who faces outside. F sits out to the left of E. F is seated out to the left of E means E must be away from the center. F sits out to the left of A and E are facing opposite directions. E is away, A must be facing towards the center. Then and F sits out to the left of E. E who is immediate neighbors. E does not face inside, E is outside, and H is out to the right left of C, and A is not an immediate to E, and both are facing opposite. A and E are opposite. G and B face the same direction as H. G as well as B same direction as H. They must be away from the center. Then coming to question number 1. Then who sits second to the left of C? Must C second left aruna chapuna A. A is answer choice to question number 1. And how many persons are in between B and G? Now in between B and G, when counted from the right of B, there are only 2 people choice for question number 2. And who among us the following pair faces the same direction? C and B, are they facing the same? No. A and F, no. And H and E, E is away, H and E away, that is choice 3, question number 3. Then fourth one, how many persons are facing away from the center? My away from the center, G, F, H, B. There are 5 persons, more than 4, choice 5, question number 4. Then odd one out, E and G. Now between E and G, how many persons? There is 1 person. F and A, there is 1 person. H and D, 1 person. C and A, 1 person. B and F, again 1 person. Is the number of persons is same. Then we need to check out the directions, E and G. Now E and G, they are facing the same direction. F and A, they are facing opposite directions. H and D, they are facing opposite directions, H and D. And C and A, they are facing the same direction. Here also it is not there. Then direction, E and G. Now in this E and G, and E is seated second to the left of G. First person is seated second to the left of the second person. E is seated second to the left of G. And F is seated second to the left of E. Isn't it? H is seated second to the left of D. And C is seated second to the left of E or right of E. Right of E also. And C is seated second to the right of. And B. B is seated second to the left of F. And B is seated. What's the answer ikkada? And this is again, it is not possible. Ikkada malli rendu vastunnayi malla answer. Then E and G are at the corners. E and G are at the corners. F and G, F and A, they are at the center. And H and D, and they are at the corners. Isn't it? They are at the corners. Now what is the answer here? and we are not getting any 4 as equal. Then next one. Next, what is the next set we have? One next time 18 to 22. Then coming to question numbers 18 to 22. Now in this, and what is the information we have? And there are some 8 people. And who are those people? And K, L, M, N, O, P, and K, L, M, N, O, V, W, and X are born in 8 different months. What are the months we have? And January to August. And at a stage January to August, Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, May, June, July, and August. 8 persons. And K, L, M, N, O, V, W, X. And each one of them likes different flower. And number of persons born between the one who likes, lotus and orchid is, lotus and orchid is 1 less than L and W. Okay. Now first information. How to represent this information here? Number of persons born between lotus and orchid. Now lotus and orchid is 1 lesser than the number of persons in between L and W. Number of persons between L and W. And only 3 persons born after X. Only 3 were born after X, X must be here. Only 3 persons were born after X. Then, and 2 persons born between X and the one who likes lotus. Now between X and the one who likes lotus, how many persons are there? There must be exactly 2 persons. And the one who likes lotus can be born in the month of August, or if X is here, the lotus can be born in the month of February. Now, the information. And next one. And 2 persons are born between X and the one lotus, and 1 person born between lotus and the one who likes a poppy. And poppy and lotus, there must be exactly 1. And similarly here again, poppy and lotus, there must be exactly 1. And 3 persons are born between the one who likes a poppy and a dandelion. And poppy and dandelion, there must be exactly 3 persons. Dandelion is here, and poppy and dandelion, there must be exactly 3, 1, 2, 3, and the one dandelion must be at this place. Then 3 in between dandelion. And K likes neither tulip nor orchid. And what about this K? K likes neither tulip nor orchid. K likes neither tulip nor orchid. And 3 persons are born between N and the one who likes daisy. Now between N and daisy, N and the one who likes daisy, there must be exactly 3 people. Clear? N and daisy, there must be exactly 3. Number of persons born between tulip and poppy is same as X and M. And tulip and poppy is same as X and M. Inka manaki information ledu kada? X and M. And V is born in one of the months after W. Now where is this V? V is born on one of the months after W. And 3 persons born between M and the one who like orchid. Now between M and orchid, how many persons are there? There must be exactly 3 in between. M and orchid, there must be exactly 3 persons. And N who likes ostrich is born in the month which has odd number days but not in January. That means N born in which one? N odd number days, and this person likes which one? Likes Aster. And they get Aster. Born in the month which has odd number days but not in January. Number of persons born before L is same as after the one tulip. Now L, before L and after tulip, the number of persons must be the same. And next one, 3 persons are born between poppy and L. Ikkada information vachindi. And 3 persons between poppy and L, hence L must be here. And 3 persons between poppy and L, L must be here. If L is here, then between, next information emundi cheppandi. And 3 persons born between L and this one, and number of persons, lotus and orchid, is in between L and W. Isn't it? Tulip and poppy, X and M. Tulip and poppy, X and M. And K and tulip, and number of persons between N and daisy 3, M and orchid, there must be exactly 3. And W and V, K likes. 3 persons born between poppy and L, N is born after L. And next, any other information we have? L and tulip ikkada undi kada? L and tulip. Number of persons born before L. How many are there? 1. Hence, after this tulip, there must be exactly 1. Ante kada? And in this one, number of persons L ikkada undi kabatti tulip must be here. L and tulip. L and tulip, this has been done. Then next one, and L and W. L and W equals to lotus and orchid. And tulip and poppy. Tulip and poppy, how many persons are there? Tulip and poppy, they are adjacent to each other. Hence X and M must be adjacent to each other. M can be here or here. Ante kada? Tulip and poppy 0, and X and M there must be 0. And here also X and M must be like this. X and M. Then and tulip and now number of persons between tulip and poppy. How many are there? 2 people. And similarly X and M there must be exactly 2 people. M is here. Now in this case M is fixed. Here there are 2 possibilities for this M. Avuna kada? Mari em cheddam? Let us fix this one. Deentloki vacheddam. And tulip and X and M we have done with this information. Idi ayipindi. Next one, lotus and orchid. Inka teliyadu kada L and W. L and W inka teliyadu. And next one, N and Daisy there must be exactly 3 people. M and orchid there must be exactly 3 people kada? M and orchid. 1, 2, 3, and the one who like orchid is here. Orchid ayipindi. And if orchid is here, and lotus and orchid is 1 lesser than L and W, first information. And lotus and orchid మధ్యలో ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు? 3. 3 ఉంటే 3 is 1 lesser than L and W. కనుక L కి W కి మధ్యలో 4 persons. Hence 1, 2, 3, 4, W must be in the month of March. సరిపోయిందా లేదా? Now we have done with this information as well. And next one, and N and Daisy there must be exactly 3 people. N and Daisy, W is after this, and V is after this W. And next, any other information? N is born after April. N is born after April, and N likes Aster, hence it must be odd number month, odd number days, and N must be here, and N is Aster. This information kuda ayipindi. Done? Then K. And K neither tulip nor orchid annadu. K neither tulip nor orchid, hence K must be poppy. Done? And we have done with this information. W and V. Now W is before this V, V is here. Now if V is here, who is the person left over? O is the person left over. And O is the person left over, then Minka? As Daisy, N and Daisy there must be exactly 3. N and Daisy 1, 2, 3, this must be Daisy. Now if it is Daisy, then what is the other thing left over here? Now one more flower that is left over, and hibiscus. Now X is hibiscus. Done? Then who likes a poppy here? And K likes a poppy. K likes poppy, that is choice 3, question number 18. 19th one, X likes which are the following flower? X likes a hibiscus, that is choice 2, 19. And who among us the following person is the eldest? That means the one who was born earlier. Who is that person here? O, that is choice 4. Then 21st, 4 out of the following means odd one out. X and March. X and March. And X and March, X is born 2 months after this March. V and August, V born 2 months after August. And W and a hibiscus, and W, and the one W is born 2 months before this hibiscus. And K and June. K and June, as K is born 2 months before. N and Poppy. N and Poppy, how many are there? N and Poppy, the difference is 2, isn't it? Now in between there are 2 months, hence choice 5 is the odd one. Must have been the choice 5. Then coming to 22nd. Now in this 22nd, which of the following is definitely true? And V likes orchid. V orchid definitely true. Then next one, 1 and 3. One person born between X and W. X and W, one person, that's also true. The one who like tulip is born in January. That's also true. All are true. Choice 5, question number 22. Done with this paper? And this is reasoning section from question numbers 1 to 35, paper number 41. Then next one number series. No number series in this paper. And next is English.